America's watching ABC.
And coming up here in Eyewitness News, plans for another superpower summit. It's next week, and of course, the Mideast is on the agenda. U.S. senators, including Minnesota's Dave Durenberger, are in Saudi Arabia checking out the troops.
Also a festival here in Minneapolis to celebrate the inner city.
And here they are, just as they're being pulled, the numbers that could nab someone $20 million. Let's wait now. Here they come. 48. 47. 17. 22. 40. And number 12. There you have it. Please join us for Eyewitness News coming up next.
The single most expensive ingredient in your beer isn't something you can see or taste. It's called excise tax, and it already costs this country's beer drinkers over $3 billion a year. Now they want to increase the federal excise tax on your beer, raising its price again. You've already given enough. Now it's time to let them know it. Call 1-800-33-TAXES and tell them to can the beer tax. A message from Anheuser-Busch.
Every day, a whole new Daily 3 game from the Minnesota State Lottery fills the air. It's fun and easy to play along. Just put together 3 numbers from 0 to 9, then play a straight bet, box bet, or both. On a $1 box bet, you'll win $80 if any combination of your 3 numbers matches the numbers drawn on the live Daily 3 TV show at 6:29 p.m. A box bet's as easy as 1, 2, 3 or 3, 1, 2. Well, you get the idea. Play the lottery's Daily 3 game, and luck might bounce your way.
We've placed these 2 similar 4x4s in this swamp to see if there's any real difference.
Sure, they both have plenty of luggage space, room for 5.
But only the ISUZU Trooper has auto-locking hubs, so you don't have to get out to get into 4-wheel drive.
So, combined with its very low price, we see that only the Trooper won't cost you an arm and a leg.
The ISUZU Trooper at just $13,699. There's no comparison.
Now, generous factory-to-dealer cash could mean big savings during ISUZU's No Comparison sale.
Next on A Current Affair, JFK, the unspeakable missing evidence.
This is Minnesota's News Channel, Channel 5. Now, live from your 24-hour news station, this is Eyewitness News.
President Gorbachev and I will meet on Sunday, September 9th in Helsinki, to discuss international and bilateral matters.
Those matters will include the crisis in the Middle East. Good evening, everyone. I'm Stan Turner, and thank you very much for joining us. President Bush insists the summit has been planned for a while, and he and Soviet leader Gorbachev have much to discuss besides the Persian Gulf.
We have many matters to discuss. There is no special agenda relating to the Middle East. Nobody's doing any negotiating or anything of that nature.
Mr. Bush says he doesn't expect the Soviets, who are longtime allies of Iraq, to mediate between the United States and Iraq. Now, at the same time, the president was telling U.S. reporters about the summit. Officials in the Soviet Union were announcing it on the evening news there. They confirmed the #1 topic will be the Middle East. At a news conference just last night, Gorbachev described the situation there as explosive and dangerous and urged that a diplomatic solution be found. Tonight, the foreign minister of Iraq seems to agree with Gorbachev about that. Tariq Aziz and United Nations Secretary General de Cuellar have just ended 2 days of talks in Jordan. Aziz says he now believes the military face-off in the Gulf demands cooler heads.
Such a situation cannot be resolved by dramatic diplomacy. It needs quiet diplomacy.
De Cuellar says he and Aziz may get together for a 4th meeting. And after days of agonizing delays, foreigners are finally being allowed out of Iraq. A West German jet carrying 311 women and children from 22 countries has landed in Frankfurt, West Germany. That group includes 71 Germans and 60 Americans. And these Americans in the Baghdad airport finally filled out their exit forms and went through customs. And tonight, 150 Americans, mostly women and children, and 200 British citizens are on board a 747. It's scheduled to stop in Paris, London, and then Washington. Also on that plane, Reverend Jesse Jackson and the 30 hostages he brought out of Kuwait today following meetings with Iraqi leader Saddam Hussein. Jackson didn't give many details about those meetings, but he says just the fact that they talked is a first step toward peace in the region. Minnesota Senator David Dernberger and other congressional members are in Saudi Arabia tonight. It's part of a 5-day fact-finding mission for President Bush. The senators are talking with the troops as they review military operations in the Middle East. The group will visit 4 other countries before coming home. The delegation will help lawmakers become better informed about the military operations in the Mideast. Now, other news from the Gulf region today. U.S. troops are on the move in the area. The troops are moving north to bolster defensive lines on the border between Saudi Arabia and Iraq. U.S. officials say the movement will greatly improve offensive capabilities. There is evidence that the embargo against Iraq is working. Food rationing is beginning in Baghdad, and living conditions are deteriorating for American diplomats at the U.S. Embassy in Kuwait. Without electricity, they are sleeping outside these days to avoid the heat, and some of their food is spoiling. In other news this Saturday, some serious charges face a Stillwater prison inmate who authorities say made a run for freedom last night. Police charged that 31-year-old Clyde Thompson was being taken under guard to a hospital when he tried to hijack the ambulance. A chase involving about 15 squad cars ended at the Hennepin Avenue exit from I-94. That's where Thompson was taken into custody. Police say a fake pistol was used in the attempted getaway. Thompson faces charges of kidnapping, aggravated assault, and attempted escape. And leading our look at news around America tonight, police are questioning a University of Florida student in serial killings of 5 students. The suspect is Edward Humphrey. He is already in jail on an unrelated assault charge, but investigators today told news reporters that Humphrey is not a prime suspect in the case. Meanwhile, security's tight on campus and students are taking precautions.
I mean, we keep our doors locked all the time and...
Walk in groups?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I won't go anywhere alone.
Police say there are at least a dozen possible suspects in the gruesome slayings. And security is tight tonight in Lawrenceville, Georgia. More than 200 members of the Ku Klux Klan and other white supremacists are marching. For the first time since 1951, the marchers are allowed to wear masks to hide their identity. A judge struck down the ban on masks, saying it's unconstitutional. In Quebec, a 53-day standoff is escalating tonight with military action. Canadian troops backed by armored tanks are moving into a Mohawk Indian community. Police say the action is being taken to protect civilians. Members of the Mohawk tribe have set up blockades to prevent the government from building a golf course on land which they claim is theirs. One shot is reported to have been fired since the troop moved in, but so far there are no reports of casualties. And while the conflict between Mohawk Indians and the Canadian government heats up, Native Americans from around the U.S. are celebrating their heritage here in the Twin Cities. Coming up, a powwow.
Are particular to each dancer, men and women.
Famous Footwear is back to cool half-price sale. Every second pair you buy for everybody is half price. Now at Famous Footwear.
Over time, European cars have evolved into fine luxury automobiles. The Lexus LS400, however, achieved car and driver's highest customer satisfaction ratings ever in value, workmanship, and overall satisfaction in just its first year. So much for the theory of evolution.
Test drive the LS400 at Lexus of Wayzata.
Every beer in the world tries to measure up to German beer. Every German beer tries to measure up to Beck's, the #1 imported German beer.
I think I want to have a baby.
What? JORDACHE Basics.
When I'm old, real old, like 30.
How to enjoy the holiday weekend, Highland style. Catch a wave. Maybe go for a spin. Just chill out. Pick up An RCA programmable VHS video recorder with high-speed search for just $189. And with the money you save celebrating this holiday weekend, Highland style, you'll have plenty of time to cook. Highland's Holiday Sale, where you can use the American Express card for all Highland purchases.
Hello, I'm Angela at Store. It's been a while since I was a scout like these Girl Scouts and Boy Scouts, but I still remember how much fun it was to try new activities with friends. And I know that the skills and the confidence I gained have made a lasting impact on my life. Children learn they can do just about anything in scouting. Find out how your child will benefit by joining with other parents at recruitment night. It's September 13th for the Cub Scouts and September 18th for the Girl Scouts. Call these numbers for more information.
Residents near railroad tracks in Grand Rapids have fled their homes tonight following a train derailment. A Burlington Northern train ran off the tracks about 3 miles west of the city. A tanker loaded with propane overturned, and bystanders reported an odor at the site. So far, crews have not found any leak. Authorities say it will be about 20 hours before the tanker can be pulled upright. Today marks the 22nd anniversary of the American Indian Movement, AIM. A weekend of powwows and exhibits at Fort Snelling State Park celebrates the Indian culture. And as Lauren Green reports, it's a celebration for everyone.
Kim McCarty and her 6-year-old daughter Sarah are vital parts of the American Indian movement. So are Frank and Emily Shepard. Indian leaders say the success of the American Indian movement has not only depended on Native Americans returning to their cultural roots, but non-Indians understanding it.
People more and more today are understanding that for us to lose that culture, for us to lose the drum, to lose the language, to lose the songs, we would be lost as a people.
The powwows this weekend at Fort Snelling State Park mark the 22nd anniversary of the American Indian movement. It's a celebration of the culture and a chance to share with non-Indians the creative and spiritual force behind the Indian movement. Despite today's sharing of culture, recently there have been more and more clashes with the Indian culture. In this part of the country, there are constant battles over spearfishing treaty rights. And more recently in Canada, the Mohawk tribe violently opposing that government's attempts to seize tribal lands. Here, those conflicts aren't forgotten, but it may be a way to stop future ones.
In spite of what goes on in other areas, we find time to try to reach out to the non-Indian community that we are here to share our way of life and for it to be respected as well. That is foremost, to be respected.
Lauren Green, Channel 5, Eyewitness News.
The American Indian Movement celebration continues right throughout the long holiday weekend with powwows both tomorrow and on Monday. The Minnesota State Fair, of course, is popular with kids of all ages, and so is this band performing there. That's right, the Teddy Bear Band made a big hit at the state fairgrounds today. Bill Schwartz is next with a very good forecast.
Hyundai's Drive for $1 million clearance is on because Hyundai is about to sell its 1 millionth car. Buy a new Excel now, and you could qualify for special 1% APR financing. That's right, just 1%. Or you can elect to receive up to $1,250 factory cash back on new Excels. And either way you go, special factory-to-dealer incentives could save you even more. Right now, during the Drive for $1 million clearance at your Hyundai dealer. Test drive a new Excel and save big at your nearest Hyundai dealer today. Hurry.
That's me, Tommy Lasorda, before I lost 30 pounds in 3 months with the Ultra Slim Fast plan. Now, that was last June, and the big news is I haven't gained an ounce back. The plan is easy. I had a delicious shake for breakfast, one for lunch, and then a sensible dinner. I feel great, and I'm never going to look like this again. Hey, if I can do it, you can do it.
Ultra Slim Fast. Give us a week. We'll take off the weight.
There's more than one way to keep your TV and VCR remotes together. The best is with a Gemini controller. It gives you both for the price of one. Builder Square, the warehouse with everything for your house. Save on Glidden Expert Designer low luster interior paints. Perfect for the little jobs or the big jobs. Builder Square, the warehouse with everything for your house.
Famous Footwear is back to cool half-price sale. Every second pair you buy for everybody is half price now at Famous Footwear.
Embers, $3.49, steak and eggs. 2 farm fresh eggs. 3 buttermilk pancakes, hash brown potatoes, and a USDA choice sirloin steak. Only $3.49, 24 hours a day for a limited time. Remember the Embers. You'll be glad you did.
I'm pretty sure that food concessionaires out at the State Fair are restocking their shelves right now after our good buddy here, Phil Schwartz, went on an eating rampage throughout the fairgrounds tonight. Huh?
Made a proverbial pig of myself.
What did you have? Just give us
I had the donuts.
Yep.
It's hard on $2. Like,
That's all I
only
gave
gave me $2. The Pronto Pups, corn dogs, whatever you want to call them.
Let's keep it generic.
A couple of pieces of chicken. Maybe a piece of pizza.
He could go on and on. But...
I feel it. It's right down there right now. It was beautiful out there. It was really crowded tonight, even more so than last night.
Yep.
It was nice out there, though. A lot of folks out there. A good night to get outside for the fair because the temperatures cooled down after a high of 89 today, and the humidity level wasn't bad. More of the same for tomorrow, but by tomorrow night, that's when we could see some showers and thunderstorms moving into the area. Currently outside, we have a temperature of 71 degrees. Dew point still fairly low at 57 degrees. Relative humidity 61. Winds are calm. Barometric pressure 30.17 inches, and it's on the rise. Weather almanac, high temperature today 89 degrees, some 13 degrees above average. Overnight low 63. No rainfall to report once again today. And I think we'll stay dry for maybe another 24 hours before we see some more showers and storms. This is one thing, fortunately, I stayed off tonight. I went on one ride, I didn't feel too good afterwards, and I'm glad I didn't go on this thing. As you can see, there were quite a few folks on this ride, mainly little kids. I don't think they would have let me on this one. This is in Kitty Land. You can see some of the guys out there having a great time. Now, before we talk about the weather in September, let's go back to August and look at some of the rainfall amounts. You can see at the airport, now officially at the airport, only 1.71 inches of rain. Normally, we see over 3.5 inches, so we were nearly 2 inches below normal for the month. Couple of things, though. Many places saw a lot of rain in August. I know in my backyard, we had about 4.5 inches of rain for the month, so it just depends where you were. And overall, we're still about 8.5 inches above normal for the year. Now, let's look at temperatures for today. And you can see mainly in the 80s, 80 in Eau Claire, 82 with a few clouds in Rochester. 89 was the warm spot in the Twin Cities until you get out here in Fargo, where today's high temperature was 91 degrees. Satellite view, fairly quiet around here. We had some clouds just to the south of the metro area, and now we see some more clouds off to our west across the Dakotas. Some of these clouds will get in here tomorrow, but it doesn't look like we'll see any rain until tomorrow night. Showers and thunderstorms, some of them heavy down here in Texas, and a nice moist flow into parts of the southwest, but the vast majority of the country had a dry and pretty hot day, and we have some hot conditions heading our way, especially on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Right when the kids go back to school, it's going to turn possibly the hottest weather we've seen for much of the summer. On tomorrow's surface map, here's the leading edge of the warm air. We're going to be on the relatively cool side, still highs in the 80s, and as this front lifts northward, that's when we'll start to see some showers and thunderstorms. High temperatures tomorrow into the 80s, but look at the 90s and 100s building off to our west. By as early as Tuesday afternoon, we could be pressing 90 degrees. Our forecast, though, for tonight, mainly clear skies. There'll be some high clouds around 60 to 65. Mostly sunny when you first start your day tomorrow, and a temperature of 70. Then our skies should turn partly cloudy, still relatively warm tomorrow. High temperatures 84 to 89. Tomorrow night, the clouds begin to thicken. Could see some showers and thunderstorms. Low temperatures 65 to 70. Labor Day, well, 2 out of 3 days this weekend isn't bad, but Labor Day, it looks like we could see some showers and thunderstorms scattered about. Not an all-day rain, and high temperatures still 80 to 85. Then the muggy stuff gets in here. Highs around 90, if not into the middle 90s. We could possibly set some records later in the week, and lows only into the 70s. We've only had 3 90-degree-plus days, so it's catching up with us just a bit.
Okay, better run home and get some more food.
Got to do it.
Sure.
Right here.
Thank you, Phil. As you might have noticed, my partner, Kirsten Lindquist, is not here this weekend. She's on vacation, but earlier this week, Kirsten announced she is leaving Channel 5. Kirsten's always been an important member of our Eyewitness News team, and we wish her the very best. Still to come in sports, more top seeds fall by the wayside at the U.S. Open. And speaking of falling, the Twins' pitching staff seems to be falling deeper and deeper and deeper into trouble. Lisa Milosky will reach down for the details in just a moment.
His arrival in Minnesota has been heralded as an
Chet, we've been informed he's about to make an appearance.
That's Gordy! Gordy!
People of Minnesota,
Blue Cross product I introduced here 6 years ago. A leading consumer information organization rated the Aware Gold individual plan #1 overall in benefits, coverage, and costs.
Well, there you have it, another first for Blue Cross. This study also rated Aware Care #1 in affordability of all top plans compared nationwide.
And earlier this year, Pat, their Medicare Extended Basic Supplement plans were found to be the lowest price in the state by the Minnesota Department of Commerce.
Let's go back to the podium for Gordy's closing comments. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Minnesota, the first in the nation, and the standard for the future.
All right, let's see it.
Yeah, Dave.
Okay, ready?
Get into a new thing. Hot wings. Kentucky Fried Chicken. Spice the right thing. Come on and do some hot wings. Get into a new thing.
Looks great, Dave. When's she gonna let you drive it?
Hot wings. Fried Chicken.
Spicy, zesty hot wings. New from Kentucky Fried Chicken.
To introduce ISUZU's new Rodeo, we've placed it and Toyota's 4Runner in this campground to see which is better for family fun.
Sure, the Rodeo has more horsepower and rear anti-locking brakes, but another key difference is that only the Rodeo seats 6.
So, combined with its price, thousands less than 4Runner, we see that only in a Rodeo, no one gets stung.
The new ISUZU Rodeo, at just $12,499, there's no comparison.
You do recall the Twins carved up the White Sox a couple of days ago pretty well, didn't they?
That's
history.
Right. They won
that's
it.
Over.
Yeah, that's right.
Gone.
Back to what's been kind of normal. That's right.
Oh.
Well, we'll take it from here. Yeah. September 1st is the day when all major league teams can expand their roster to 40 players, but I think the Twins mixed that up. Instead, they thought they were supposed to expand their pitchers' ERAs because so far that's exactly what they've done against Detroit. The Twins actually led 2-0 before Mike Heath singled with the bases loaded in the second. Cecil Fielder and Chet Lemon come in to score part of a 5-run second inning, giving the Tigers a 5-2 lead. Well, next inning, a guy who knows how to hit in the Metrodome, former Twin Gary Ward, this bomb to center. Tigers go on to blast Minnesota 9-5. Alan Anderson drops to 6-17 and is now 3 losses away from 20. They wind up the series tomorrow at 1:15. Boston Red Sox are pretty much in the driver's seat in the AL East. Won their 9th straight today, destroying the Yankees. Mike Greenwell with the drive down the line, and right, Jesse Barfield can't come up with it. The bases were loaded, and as the ball rolls away, the Red Sox roll around the bases. Greenwell winds up with the second inside the park grand slam in baseball this week. Red Sox win it 15-1. Now the scoreboards: White Sox over California. A's lost to Texas. Cleveland beats Toronto. Baltimore losing to Milwaukee in the 9th, and Kansas City, Seattle 0-0 in the 4th. In the National League, the Reds keep on rolling along. Eric Davis, 3 hits today, including this long home run in the second inning at Wrigley. It's gone. Reds go on to rout the Cubs 8-1. The final there. Meanwhile, the Mets are still chasing the Pirates in the NL East. Former Twin Tommy Herr made his Met debut a memorable one. He drilled this home run for the home team as the Mets all but squashed the Giants' hopes of catching the Reds. 6-5 winners today. In other action in the National League, Padres lose to Philadelphia in 10. Braves over St. Louis. Expos 6-0 over Los Angeles. And Pittsburgh, Houston 1-1 in the 10th. Another upset this evening at the U.S. Open in New York. 11th seed Michael Chang was stunned by Andrei Chersikov of the Soviet Union. The match lasted 2 hours, 42 minutes. Final, Chersikov wins it 6-4, 6-4. 6-3, he's stunned. Well, this afternoon, Darren Cahill of Australia stormed from 2 sets down to defeat 15th seed Goran Ivanisevic of Yugoslavia 4-6, 4-6, 6-2, 7-6, 6-0, a remarkable comeback. On the women's side, top seed Steffi Graf struggled but survived. She won the first set 6-4, dropped the second 6-3, but rallied in the third to beat Elna Reinach of South Africa 6-1. Her next opponent, this American, 14-year-old sensation Jennifer Capriati. She cruised past Maria Strandlund of Sweden 6-1, 6-4 this afternoon.
I think I know how to play her better, and I have a better feel for her, and I'm just gonna, correct some of the things that I made mistakes on the last match and just hope I play well.
It's going to be a tough match, especially playing here in New York against her. She feels like home here, but there's also a lot of pressure on her.
Well, the Nebraska Cornhuskers usually have a pretty easy non-conference schedule. Sometimes the scores wind up being 72-6 or 69-3. Just ask the Gophers. But tonight, they had their hands full with Baylor, and the nation's 7th-ranked team didn't quite walk away with this one. No, they settled for a close game with a bit of controversy. Late in the game, watch running back Scotty Baldwin dive over the top from the 1, but the ball squirts loose. One ref signals touchdown, the other says it's a fumble. After some deliberation, they came up with a verdict.
After further review, it's touchdown.
Well, someone should tell the ref there really isn't any instant replay in college. They couldn't really review it, well, videotape-wise. Anyway, Nebraska goes on to win a close one, 13-0. Now look at the top 25 scoreboards. Not a real impressive debut for former NFL coach George Allen. His Long Beach State team was pummeled by Clemson this afternoon, 59-0. Aggies over Hawaii, Virginia. All over Kansas, Pittsburgh wins. West Virginia beats Kent State. Tennessee big over Pacific, and BYU, Texas, El Paso 21-10 at the half. And finally, to golf and the Greater Milwaukee Open. Ray Stewart, who has never won a tournament in his 11 years on the PGA Tour, shot a 5 under 67 today to take a 3-stroke lead. He misses the long putt for birdie there in 15, but tapped it in for par. Morris Satowski here on number 18 is tied for 2nd. He had the lead with 3 holes left, but says he simply didn't keep his mind on the game. And that'll do it for sports. Tough one for the Twins tonight.
Got to keep your mind on the game.
That's right. Keep your mind on the game.
Thanks, Lisa. When we come back here, living the good life at a Minneapolis block party.
Like I said, it's like the beat was mind raised 5 days of truth, man.
The music, the mood, the food, with something a little extra.
I get a kick out of you.
Heinz 57 sauce has a zesty, bold, exciting flavor that gives a little kick to all your favorite foods. Try Heinz 57 sauce.
'Cause I get a kick
It's like ketchup
out of you.
with a kick.
Channel 5's Athlete of the Week is brought to you by New Edie's American Dream Ice Cream.
He may not be a full-fledged Minnesota resident, but golfer Beth Daniel has enough memories from this state to fill a lifetime and now a bank account. Daniel won the LPGA Northgate Classic this past weekend, the first LPGA stop in Minnesota since the Pattyburg Classic back in 1980, which incidentally was won by Beth. After a 4-year drought, Beth is really back in the swing of things. Beth Daniel, our Channel 5 Athlete of the Week.
Introducing New Edie's American Dream. It's deliciously smooth and creamy, but it's cholesterol-free. It's 99% fat-free, and it's made with pure, fresh ingredients. Best of all, it tastes like Edie's. So now you can have just what you've always wanted. More. We call it New Edie's American Dream, but you can just ask for more.
What do you need?
We're going on vacation, need a new camera.
What do you really want?
I want a big TV so I can catch all the big games.
Whatever you want, it's on sale at Best Buy. What have you been waiting for?
I've been wanting this CD player for so long.
What would make life better?
Something that cooks real fast.
Everything's on sale all day Saturday and during Friday night's bonus hours, 5 to 9. Whatever you want, whatever you need, it's at Best Buy. Now, what do you need?
Once again, here are tonight's winning numbers in the Lotto America drawing. 12, 17, 22, 40, 47, and yes, 48. Match all 6 and you'll be $20 million richer. And here are tonight's daily 3 numbers. They are 3, 8, and 9. Remember, you can get the numbers as they are drawn right here on Channel 5 at 6:29, Monday through Saturday. Organizers call it an extravaganza to celebrate the inner city. It was held today in North Minneapolis and just about wrapping up for the evening right now. As Lou Harvin explains it, kids and how to help them is one of the main themes of this annual event.
Then you roll like you're going through the dark, selling dope to your sister so you can live like a star. And then you want to ride away around in your Cadillac car.
The anti-drug message is loud and clear here at the 4th annual block party in North Minneapolis. It's a message aimed, of course, at all the young people who come here. They will tell the story of what happens to the inner city in the upcoming years. So it is now organizers try to let them know there is support if they need it.
Also, we have an AIDS outreach program here that we're advertising, passing out condoms and booklets, teaching them how to protect themselves from AIDS and any kind of venereal diseases.
Organizers also use this event as a way to show one can do reasonably well with a little effort. There are several vendors here who spend their spare hours selling various items.
I think it's pretty good. I like it. Because it brings the black people together. That we can all be one.
Organizers say, of course, it's no secret there is crime in North Minneapolis, and they know there will be plenty of bad stories to tell. This is the one day they get to present a good one. In Minneapolis, Lou Harvin, Channel 5 Eyewitness News.
And they had a great day for it. We're going to have another one, too. Phil says you'll wake up to about 70 degrees tomorrow and a high in the mid-80s. Okay, we'll see you tomorrow at 5:30. Bye-bye.
If you see news, call